All right, time now to check in on the top business story of the day. And Jameson Berkow joins us from BNN. Good morning, Jameson. Thanks for being here. So we're talking about Apple today. It's also in the news. They're trying to fix this, a bit of a PR mess. What are they doing?
Well, they're going to be cutting the price of any replacement batteries that people want for, say, the older versions of the iPhone. The issue that had come up over the last week or so was this allegation that they had been intentionally slowing down older phones, with the sort of not so subtle implication being that they're trying to sort of nudge consumers to purchase new models of the iPhone by making it seem like their older phone is working worse and worse. Now, the difficulty I have with this story is that's how it's been reported, but that is not actually accurate. That's not true. What Apple has been trying to do, and it's very easy to beat up on the biggest technology company in the world with a nearly $1 trillion valuation, but they do appear to have been trying their best to just extend the life of older phones, because essentially what they were trying to do is keep older phones from shutting down because their batteries had gotten too degraded, and so they would intentionally slow down certain applications on older phones to take a little strain off of the battery, so the battery would basically have a longer life. Now, people, of course, got upset by the fact that their phones were being slowed down and the fact that it costs $100 to get a new battery. So now they're So now they're cutting it down to $35, and the apology that they put out yesterday, that is being cast as essentially an admission of guilt, when really what they're apologizing for is the perception that Apple had let some of their customers down. That's what the apology is really about. So I guess I take issue with the fact that it's being interpreted as this apology and this mea culpa that, yeah, we did it, you caught us. That's not really what they're doing here. They're just trying to shore up customer support, whereas, you know, there might otherwise be this broad implication that they're trying to do something nefarious here, which is not the case.
Fair enough. So you think that people are being a little too hard on Apple?
Well, I mean, I say that as someone who, you know, full disclosure, I'm a fan of Apple products. I own a bunch of Apple products, but I just think the broader issue is to ensure that people understand what is actually happening with the technology that forms such a core component of their daily life. I mean, how often are we actually all staring at our phones and using our various apps and stuff? So it's pretty important that we understand how our phones work and why the companies that operate them make the sort of decisions that they do, because it would seem, at least based on what Apple has been saying, that they're just trying to do their best to keep our devices in the best shape that they can. And I say this as someone who has a generation, I think I'm 3 generations behind on the latest iPhone. So I'm probably a victim of this so-called slowdown as well.
Okay, well, fair enough. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on this today, Jameson.
It's my pleasure.
All right.